students, welcome back to Appleby Academy's classes. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the topic leverage. We know that it's a very important topic when you're dealing with the module business finance, and in which we need to study about various types of leverages and its combination, and also about equations which is related to this area. Anyway, we are going to solve questions from December 2019 to December 2023. So let's see the questions and just know how these questions are asked from various areas. So let's see the first question which got asked on December 2019, the combined leverage. So it's a combination question. You need to identify correct statement related to combined leverage. It's a summation of degree of operating leverage and financial leverage, measures total risk of the firm, is the difference between degree of operating leverages and financial leverages, indicate the effect that changes in sales will have on EPS, that is earning per share. Okay, anyway, you just have the combinations like this. And to answer this question, you need to know what is composite leverage or what does the equation which is related to composite leverage. You can also name it as combined leverage. It's a combination of financial and operating leverage. And here it shows the relationship between sales and taxable income. And when this operating leverage or financial leverage, which particularly specifies on some type of risk, like it can be business risk or financial risk, combined leverage, as it is a combination of both these leverages, financial and operating leverages, it combines total risk or it includes total risk, and it's also known as composite leverage, super leverage and over leverage. Overall leverage. And now it's about the equation which is related to combined leverage. How you can calculate combined leverage? As I already mentioned, it is the combination of financial and operating leverage. So when you're just finding a product of these, you will get combined leverage. So financial leverage multiplied by operating leverage. So it is product of financial and operating leverage. And we know the equation of financial leverage, that is EBIT by EBT. Okay, EBIT means earning before interest and tax, and EBT means earning before tax. Okay. Multiplied by operating leverage equation is contribution by EBIT. So when you're just going through this equation here, you can cancel EBIT. EBIT is common. So the equation will be like contribution by EBT. So if you want to calculate combined leverage, either you can multiply financial leverage with operating leverage, or you can go for this particular equation, that is contribution by EBT. And if it is about degree of combined leverage, again it's a combination. Again it's a product of degree of financial and operating leverage. If it's about financial leverage, degree of financial leverage can be calculated by this equation, change in EPS by change in EBIT. And if it is about degree of operating leverage, it is change in EBIT by change in sales. Here also change in EBIT is common, so you will get, or this particular equation can be written as change in EPS by change in sales. Okay, that means it is measuring the change that is going to happen in case of EPS due to change in sales. That's it. Okay, anyway, we'll come back to this question. Combined leverage is the summation of degree of operating leverage and financial leverage. Is that correct? No. If it is summation, means when you add operating leverage with financial leverage, you should get combined leverage. It's not the summation, it's about the product. So first statement is wrong. So when you're just answering, just go through the combinations. See, so as we know that A is not the correct answer for this question, or A should not be included, you can go through this particular options, and based on that, here in case of option A is included. So you can actually avoid first option, and either it can be B, C or D. Anyway, we'll go through the second option, which measures total risk of the firm. Yes, of course, combined leverage measures total risk, as we already mentioned. So B should be there. Okay. So how many options is there? So it can be either B or C, right? Again, we'll come back to the question. It's a difference between degree of operating leverage and financial leverage. Is that right? No, it's not the difference. It's about the product. Again, option C is wrong. So an option with B and that particular combination should not be or should not come with C. So like a way that it's very easy for you to answer. Anyway, we know that the answer will be option C. Anyway, we'll check about D also. Indicates the effect of changes in sales will have on EPS, that we discussed in case of degree of combined leverage. Anyway, the combination should include option B and D. So the correct answer for this question is option C. So moving to next question, that is on June 2021. Again, you can see that which is related to the equation relating to degree of operating leverage. So when you're just going through the areas which is related to this leverage topic, you can see that mainly they are asking about the concepts, then equations, and you can also accept, you can also expect problem from this area also. Anyway, how you will calculate degree of operating leverage? Here you have four equations, and this is also like a combination. You need to answer this question with some combination. We will check each and every equation. Degree of operating leverage is equal to percentage change in EBIT by percentage change in sales, contribution by EBIT, EBIT plus fixed cost divided by EBIT, EBIT divided by contribution. So these all are the equations which is related to this area. Anyway, it's a combination, so we'll find out how you are going to calculate. See, operating leverage, what's the main equation we are using for calculating operating leverage? It's about contribution by EBIT, contribution by EBIT. So what is contribution? Contribution is equal to sales minus variable cost. So when you deduct variable cost from sales, that is contribution. Okay, so sales minus variable cost will give you contribution. And degree of operating leverage can be calculated by percentage change in EBIT by percentage change in sales. Okay, that's a basic equation that you're using for calculating operating leverage. Anyway, coming back to this question, the first one is percentage change in EBIT by percentage change in sales. See, that is degree of operating leverage. Okay, so the first option is correct. It is just given that calculating degree of operating leverage. So first one is correct. Option A is correct. So based on that, here you can see option A, B, C. Both all these options include option A, but in case of the last option D, A is not included. So you can actually avoid or eliminate option D, and it can be either A, B or a C. Anyway, next one, degree of operating leverage is equal to contribution by EBIT. Here, even though it's mentioned like degree of operating leverage, you can actually include operating leverage also. Okay, equation for operating leverage also, that is contribution by EBIT. Is that right? Yes, contribution by EBIT is the direct equation. So B should also be there. That means A and B. So how many options which goes like both A and B? Okay, you have two options. Either it can be A or it can be B. Now, again, moving to the third one, degree of operating leverage is equal to EBIT plus fixed cost divided by EBIT. Now, what is this EBIT plus fixed cost? When you are adding this EBIT plus fixed cost, what you will get? You will get contribution. See, when you are just, as we already discussed in marginal costing, we discussed about the formula which is related for calculating the basics related to marginal costing, like sales minus variable cost will give you contribution, and if you deduct fixed cost from contribution, you will get a profit. So, sales minus variable cost will give you contribution. In the same way, fixed cost plus profit, that is EBIT means it's about profit, right? So, fixed cost plus profit will also give you contribution. Okay. So, EBIT plus fixed cost is contribution. So, option C will also be right one. Okay. Then what about D? EBIT by contribution, that is not right. Okay, this is the equation is written inversely, so you can actually eliminate option D and all other options should be there, that is A, B, C. So which is the right answer for this question? That is option B. Okay, moving to another question that is on December 2021 and June 2022. Again, it's a match the following question, and here also it's like you need to identify the equations related to these area. Okay, so in case of list 1, it's about different types of leverages and contribution is given, and on the other type, all equations were given. Anyway, we'll just start with list 2. Okay, so the first one is contribution by EBIT, contribution margin. Contribution margin means contribution by EBIT. Which leverage is actually related to this particular equation? It is operating leverage. So you can say that C1, right? So C1. So how many options is like C1? Just check it. There is 2 options. Okay. So you can eliminate option C and option A. Anyway, we'll go through the next one. As we already discussed about operating leverage, I mentioned it. Okay. Then EBIT by EBIT minus interest. Which equation is this? It's about financial leverage. Let's see. Okay. EBIT divided by EBIT minus I. That is about interest. So here EBIT means sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost, and degree of financial leverage can be calculated by percentage change in EPS by percentage change in EBIT. Okay, and combined leverage, as we already discussed about combined leverage and its equation, simply you can say that it's a product of financial and operating leverage, and it's also like contribution by EBT. And if it's about degree of combined leverage, again it's a combination, or it's a product of degree of financial and operating leverage, and it can also be written as change in EPS by change in sales. Okay. So anyway, the first one you can actually connect with the operating leverage. So next one, EBIT divided by EBIT minus interest can be connected with the financial leverage. So that is C1 and A2 and C1. Just go with the options A2, C1. A2, C1. Okay, here there is only one equation, that is like A2, C1. So by just answering two items from this particular match the following question, you are able to arrive at the right options. Anyway, we'll just go through other options also. Contribution margin divided by EBIT minus interest. Contribution by EBT, that is combined leverage. That is D3. Okay. And finally, sales minus variable cost will give you contribution, that is B4. So correct answer for this question is A2, B4, C1, D3. That is option D. So moving to the last question, that is on December 2023, which of the following related to combined leverage? So here also you need to identify a combination of options from the given options. So the first one, like contribution by PBT. So PBT means it's about earning before tax itself. So as we know that contribution by EBT's equation, you can also call it as PBT also. Okay, earnings, it means about profit, right? So EBT and PBT are same. And as we already discussed about this equation, it's a combination of a degree of financial and operating leverage, and it can also be written as change in EPS by change in sales. So the first one should be there. A should be there. Contribution by EBT. How many options is just like that? So it's in all options except B. In all options you can see A. So you can actually eliminate option B at this stage, and it can be either A, C or D. Again, next one, EBIT divided by PBT. Is that right? No, it's wrong. Operating profit by PBT will not give you contribution, combined leverage. So B can be eliminated. So A should be there and B should be eliminated. A should be there and B should be eliminated. See, just based on these three equations itself, we just arrived at the right answer, that is option C, A, D and E only. Because B is included in the rest of options, that is option A and option B. So here you can eliminate option A and D. We already eliminated option B. So which will be the right answer? It will be C. Okay. So just look at the option D, that is percentage change in EPS by percentage change in sales. That is also right. Then what about E? Operating leverage multiplied by financial leverage. That is also correct. So which will be the right option? That is option C, A, D and E only. So in this video, we mainly discussed about the previous year question, that is exactly from December 2019 to 2023 from this particular topic. So in this recent period, they are just giving more focus on this particular topic, leverage, and it's very easy for you to go through this particular area. As you can see that the question they are asking from this particular area is somewhat similar. That means they are just asking about the particular concept of each leverage, and they are mainly focusing on equations. See, either they can ask like a combination question related to that, or they can also go through match the following type of questions. Anyway, now NTA is more focused on this combination questions and match the following question. So you can actually expect a question from this particular area. Okay. So just go through these areas, practice maximum questions, and based on this equation, we can also just try some of the problems related to this particular area. We'll discuss about some problems later. So keep working on this particular area, and I hope this video will help you for your preparation. Thank you and happy learning.